Hey, Limitless creators. It's Monday, Motivation Monday. I'm 3 minutes late. Sorry. Facebook was being a touch on the wonky side. So happy Monday. I hope that everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving weekend. I hope you got all the deals that you were looking for and had a restful weekend. So today, during Motivation Monday, we want to talk about the power of stepping into yes. And so I'm just trying to figure out where the comments are coming from because they changed this again. Here they are. Okay, so if you're here, please say hello. If you're listening on the Art Fusion podcast, just know that you can come here live for Motivation Monday in my Limitless Creators free Facebook group. It's called the Limitless Creators Hub. I am here live every Monday at 10 a.m. Central Time, and you can watch the replay on YouTube, or if you're, like I said, if you're listening on the Art Fusion podcast, you clearly can listen there too. So today we are talking about the possibilities of stepping into the word yes. And so I feel like because it is the possibilities, I feel like because it is the holidays, FB is not putting this post out. So hey, there's Pam. So I was just going to add everybody really quick before I get started. And we're going to be talking about the yes solution. So hold on. I can't talk and try to do something else at the same time. Here it is. Everyone, live now. Beep. Okay. There it is. Okay, awesome. Okay, it worked. So I want to talk about the yes solution. What the heck does that mean? What does that mean? It is the power of possibility. And so when you actually embody this, you just you feel amazingly good. It is like this infusion of energy. And so I want to talk about your energy. And because we all know our energy is a very, very precious resource, right? And there are ways of being that can enhance it, amplify it, and replenish it, right? And I know 100% for certain that it's really easy to get burned out. And the first time you burn out really hard, you don't really even realize it's coming until you have that 2020 vision to look back and go, oh, man, I see every single sign. I should have known that was coming, right? I should have known. But good morning, Royce. So burnout's real. It's real. And I feel like in the last, I don't know, I'm going to say since 2020, maybe 2021, I don't know. I've burned out once really hard. We all know about that, right? I closed my store, changed my business name, all of that. But I've burned out in smaller ways, probably at least 3 times since then. Just oh my God, what am I doing? And it really is a matter of understanding that force does not equal flow. It's so crazy. And if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed the majority of the time in your business, the answer, that's a huge clue. The answer is more rest, more detachment. Because giving yourself sufficient rest will help you find all of the abundance that you've ever wanted. And that seems like a 180 of how you become abundant, right? What do you mean resting more? What are you talking about, right? Because when you pause and really, really pause, not scrolling on social media pausing, not sitting and watching TV pausing, it is really, really detaching, going in nature, sitting quietly. Hey, Carol. Hey, Kim. Meditating. And I know that y'all are like, I can't meditate. I tried it once and my brain just won't slow down and la 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 la. Like, you got to keep doing it. You know, it's really a commitment to detaching. Um, when you allow yourself to step away from the force, and I know this is so hard. I know it because I lived it for so freaking long. I know it's hard, but it's actually not hard at the same time. It's just a commitment to doing it. You open your brain to 100% is possible 100% of the time when you pause, when you stop forcing. And I am telling you that the second you embody this, the second you will feel like $1,000,000. Like, what was I doing? And I just started off by telling you that I've burned out like 4 times in the last 4 years, okay? Like, I get it. I get it. I get where you're coming from. And what I want to tell you is that when you detach more flow comes, more abundance comes. You are quiet. And you can hear the whispers from the universe, God, source, whatever you call it. You're quiet enough to hear that. You're quiet enough to begin to align with your real and true purpose. And I know a lot of people are like, well, I'm figuring out and it's just not out of me yet. And I don't know. And I'm blah, blah, blah. And like, you feel like you're on this crazy hamster wheel of like trying to figure everything out all the time and trying to plan ahead and trying to predict the future and all of that, right? That is force. Law of attraction. What are you going to get? Force back, right? You're going to sit in confusion, stay in overwhelm all the time. You've got to detach and be quiet so that you do start to recognize that 100% is possible 100% of the time. It's insane. It's there for you if you just say yes to it. If you step into, yes, I want that. I don't want to feel overwhelmed. I don't. I want to feel the flow, like massive, great flow in my business, in my life, right? Really great abundance. And it's a reciprocation of what I'm giving to others, right? That is a reciprocation. And that is what you can do in your business too. And I know you're like, I just make stuff, right? But you make stuff for a reason and it makes you feel good for a reason. But if you're always like making, and you're stuck in that machine of like having to produce content and, you know, whatever that machine looks like for you, that is creating to produce. It is not creating for you, for flow, to detach, to be quiet, to listen, right? It doesn't give you the opportunity to step into more rest because you are stuck, choking in force. And I know what it feels like because I have done that a lot. And you feel like you're always kind of like you never quite know what's going on. You know, even though you know what's going on, you don't ever quite know what's going on. It feels a little bit out of your control because you keep forcing things and you keep trying different stuff, right? And you keep like, oh my God, this bill is coming up and I don't have enough money to pay for it. I better blah, blah, blah. I better do something about it, right? And I'm going to force. And all that gets you back is more force because you create your life. Your thoughts create your life. Again, when you step into the power of yes, you start creating more yes thoughts for your life. Like, yes, I want to relax more. Yes, I want to detach more. Yes, I want to have fun. Yes, I want to have lots and lots and lots of money. It's like a lightning bolt. It's an aha moment when you finally get what that means. I'm going to stop stopping myself. I'm going to stop forcing. I'm going to detach more. And you can act like it's an experiment, right? The fool around and find out kind of thing. Like, I don't know, let's just see what happens. This sounds fun. I would love to do this. And then if it doesn't work out, it's not, I'm terrible and my ideas are horrible and I shouldn't be here. None of that, right? It's like, okay, that didn't work. And then you be quiet again. You go detach more. Like, maybe I missed something. Maybe I didn't hear it right. Let's experiment. And I'm telling you, the more that I step into detaching and the more I step into taking care of myself, like more self-love, the further I dive into abundance, the more it comes to me, the more it's crazy. The more I detach, the more it comes to me. And I'm telling you that my brain still says to push and force. My brain, no, I can't do this. Oh my God, you have bills coming up. You better blah, blah, blah. My brain still does that. Why? Because it is a neural pathway. Right? It is a repetitive negative thought pattern that I developed probably since the time I was 6 years old, that I wasn't enough. Anything I did wasn't enough. I never had enough, like all of that. And that is just a negative, repetitive thought pattern. That's all it is. The more I shoo that away and like poo-poo that away, like, no, that's not true, right? And the more I step into more detachment, the more abundant my life gets. It is crazy, but it is allowing. It's trusting, allowing and trusting. It's resting so that you have more and more and more energy to put into what you actually are here to do, like with your business. And you're here because you have a business, right? So Kim says, I want to stop using my relax and stop time only stressing about needing. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. And if you want to stop that right there, that sounds like force. Well, I want to stop it. I don't know. It sounds like you're letting yourself sit in confusion, right? Instead of being like, I choose to stop that. And when you are relaxing, you have to tell it to stop. Like I said, your brain's going to keep doing it. It is a conscious commitment. And it's thoughtful and fun commitment. It's not like, oh my God, I am worrying again. This is never going to end. I can't stop. It is actually like, no, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm actually going to think about, whatever it is that's fun instead. I'm going to think about like, I don't know, my Christmas party with whatever. I'm going to think about my dog who's hilarious and throwing this ice chunk outside or whatever. You can change your thought at any time. Anytime. And you might have to do it 50,000 times a day. But when you choose something you love over worry, you are already winning. You're already stepping into yes. Does that make sense? I think I just answered your next question. How do you fire and rewire that pathway quickly? It is just literally stopping the thought, because you're the thinker of your thought. It's stopping the thought, and it is reaching for a thought of love or joy. Leilani, how are you? She says, yes, yes, yes. So the more abundant my life gets, the more freedom I have too, because I crave freedom. That's why I have my own business. I could not imagine. I mean, it's been so long. I couldn't imagine working in an office. Like that would just absolutely destroy me. Right? So I crave freedom. And it's crazy because the more I detach, the more money comes, the more freedom I have. It is literally trusting 100% is possible 100% of the time. What do I want to do this week? What do I want to do? How much money do I want to make this week? It's possible. I want to tell you it's possible because 100% is possible 100% of the time, right? And it's how you align yourself with that. And you align by detaching and hearing and understanding and then embodying. And yeah, you still have to work. Okay, I'm sorry, but you still have to work. You can't just be like, well, Jane, I stepped into the power of yes and nothing's happening, right? You still got to get stuff done. But when you let yourself rest more, you actually have more energy. I said that before. Like you got more energy to work on the stuff that you have to work on. So the more we pause to rebuild our energy sources, the more energy we have to actually create our dreams. Sorry, I keep hitting my microphone. Getting a little excited here today. Because, I'm going to say it again, you are 100% possibility. And you create your life. Right? Are you getting this? Tell me. If you are here live, tell me in the chat. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, tell me in the chat. Watching the replay in this group, tell me in the chat. I don't want you just to come here and be like, yeah, I heard that, I know that. I want you to start implementing, actually hearing it. If it's resonating with you and you're like, wow, this is crazy, actually start implementing it. And this is really important too, is using your ways of being to create what you want. So like, what does that even mean, right? Here's my notes. Stepping into the power of yes. Stepping into 100% is possible, 100% of the time. Stepping into the dream that you have for your business. And maybe it's not even a concrete dream yet. You just know that like you're supposed to be doing this, and you know, why does it feel so hard sometimes? So like, what ways do you love to create that other people might think are not normal? Like maybe you like, creating at 2:00 in the morning. Not me, but maybe you do. Okay. So what ways do you love to create? Because this is how you should be structuring your business, around what you love. You don't have to create a business that is filled with stuff you don't love. And yeah, there's always going to be accounting. I'm sure none of us here love that. So don't take that into consideration, right? Because you still have to do that, or you have to hire somebody. But when do you feel the most active, right? When are your energy stores the highest? And like, generally that's in the morning, but you could be totally different. You could be totally different. What inspires you, and what do you love to do? Because when you step into these possibilities, these ideas, you're stepping into yes, right? Like, yeah, why am I not doing all my creating at 2 in the morning when that's when I'm the most brilliant, right? Like I'm the most asleep at 2 in the morning, but that might be you, right? These things, these ideas, they're clues. They are clues for you. Like, how I should be structuring my business is when I work the best. When are you the most creative? When are you the most reflective? When can you give yourself rest in the middle of the day? Royce says, I'm such a night owl. Oh, that's right, Royce. You do like to create at night. Yeah, I like to sleep at night. The intersection of rest and creative power that's where the money is. That intersection of rest with massive, extraordinary creative power. Right? And like, I know that we think that we have to push and force all the time because ambition makes us think that. We look at other people's stuff and that makes us think that, right? Oh my God, she's on YouTube and she's on Instagram and Pinterest and Facebook. Oh my God, like, I can't ever do that. And then we're like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Or we're like, I know I need to be posting on social media, but I'm totally frozen because I'm so overwhelmed because I think I need to be everywhere all the time. So it just stops me from doing anything at all. Does that sound like you resonate with that? So I get it. But the conscious use of deep rest and detachment allows us to connect to source, to God, to universe. Again, whatever you call it. Leilani says, I hear that. Yeah. I know that's the social media thing, right? Leilani, frozen, me. Yes, I know, you guys. And I'm coaching both of you, so, that I have specific ways to create content that makes it easier for you, but I get it. You're frozen and like, I know I want this, but I have no idea what to do. Right? And that, by the way, is a negative repetitive thought pattern that is keeping you stuck in the known. It is. Like, you could just say, actually, I do know what to do. Jane taught me how to da-da-da-da-da. Like, I'm good. I'm going to go do that, right? We talked about conscious commitments too, and that's a commitment to doing things on the daily for your business that will help propel you forward, right? You don't have to orchestrate every single detail of your business. You don't have to orchestrate every single detail of your life. You do not and should not. Literally hear me here. You should not be thinking that you need to figure out everything before you do it. It's too much. You're putting yourself on an immediate path to failure. You're also saying out loud that you think you can predict the future. And the future you're predicting for yourself is totally calculated. And if one thing goes wrong, man, you are in the black hole, right? You don't have to figure everything out. And when you are silent, like it just flows to you and like, oh my gosh, this totally makes sense now. You know, and you detach from the outcome. Like, I'm just going to fool around and find out. You are already what you dream of. It's stepping into it. It's stepping into yes. Really, really realizing that when the force that we are putting out there, when that dissipates, the flow starts. And like, sitting and questioning yourself like, what does this, I don't know if this really works, but guess what? What if you just fool around and find out? It's an experiment. What if I detach more? What will happen? What will happen? And if you're telling yourself, well, I'll never make any money, you know, what are you saying about yourself? Like, detaching doesn't mean stopping your business. It means allowing more self-love and care and rest for you so that you can, you know, restore your energy and get back into your business and like really create what you want. So is this making sense to everybody? It is the exploration, excuse me, of it all. And if your idea doesn't work out, say you put it out there and it doesn't work out, you know, that's not like, I'm never going to do this again. Like, you're saying to yourself, actually, what is the lesson? What is the medicine here? Like, okay, this didn't quite work out. Maybe you're tweaking the idea. Maybe you're like, oh my God, my people didn't like this idea at all. I was off the mark. That's okay. I tried it, you know, or, you know, it's like, wow, this is working and I'm going to make it even better. You know, it's the exploration. What if positive? What if the best thing happens? And then you can even say, well, what if the worst thing happens? Well, I'll learn a lesson from it and I'll move on. It's like, you've heard that quote before, fail faster. That's what that means. Like, fail, learn the lesson and then move on. And then do it again, then do it again, then do it again. Because trying to figure it out is all force. It leads to confusion. It leads to you going, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I don't know. So you're like puttering around and like putting a post out here and there and like, I don't know. And you wonder why you're not making any money in your business, right? Because you're sitting in confusion. That was me. That was me. Or shiny object syndrome, right? You get mad at yourself. You wonder why. You wonder why. And remember, law of attraction, you get what you give. So what are you giving? If you're giving confusion, if you're giving like, I'm not good enough, if you're giving overthinking, guess what you're going to get back? The equivalent of that, right? And stepping into yes really and truly is telling source, God, universe, whatever you call it, you're telling, I am fully aligned with you. Let's go. Let's do this. And it becomes super fun. And you get like, wow, you feel huge. Your energy fills up the room because you have detached enough and you have been silent enough to understand your superpower. And then you go, I'm going to say yes to my superpower, and you step into it and it feels freaking amazing. And again, you know, you still need to educate yourself. You can't just be like, well, I'm stepping into the power of possibility and then not have a clue what to do, right? Like, you can do that. Let me take that back, but it's going to take you a little bit longer, right? It's educating yourself and then implementing. Don't just hear the information and then not do it. Educate, implement, educate, implement, educate, implement. And in between all of that, quiet, detach, quiet, detach, quiet, detach, quiet, detach. And like, that's the number one thing that you should do. And you've heard me say on this podcast before, and I don't know who said it in the first place, but it's like, if you don't have 20 minutes to meditate every day, you should be meditating 2 hours every day. More detachment. I get overwhelmed and I'm paralyzed to take action. And if you just understand, Royce, that that is a negative, repetitive thought pattern and you can change it, and the overwhelm is really and truly force. It's because you're trying to do too many things. You're trying to force too many things to happen by yourself. Like, well, I'm sure more than one person here can understand that. Like, oh my God, it's too much. It's too much. And then we do stop because we're like, I don't know what step to take. Detach, detach. Detach, detach, detach. And I know you've heard this before. You've heard me say this before. But until you actually embody it and actually step into saying yes, you will not come to know it. So you can say, I understand that, right? But you won't come to know it until you actually embody it. Actually do it. Actually be committed to taking the steps. Like right after this, I'm going in the other room and I'm committed to meditation. So that's what I'm going to do. Detach more because you feel good. It's good for your body. It really is. More detach, more flow, more fundamental faith that you started this business for a reason. Maybe that's freedom. Maybe that's, you just love to create so much and you really want to have this work for you. Notice I didn't say make this work for you because that's force, right? You want to allow this to work for you. You started a business for a reason. So it's having fundamental faith that you are doing this for a reason. And the more quiet you are, the more you can hear the reason. And the more you can dismiss the worry, let me tell you too, I am a worrier, and right now I'm pattern interrupting myself because I'm not a worrier anymore. I have detached from worry. But see how easily it came out of my mouth as I'm a worrier, right? Because that's a neural pathway. I have to dismiss the worry every time it comes up, and it comes up. It comes up. But now I know. And when I let myself detach more, the worry dissipates less and less, or more and more. The worry gets less and less. You know what I'm saying. Restful consciousness equals profound progression. Inner inspiration comes from when you're quiet. And this could be, again, you could be in the middle of creating just for you. That's quiet. Even if you have music in the background, I wouldn't have like music with lyrics. I would just have something in the background to help get you into flow. Renewed energy equals clear direction, and you feel guided. You feel guided. But again, you still need to educate yourself. And, I think that is the number one reason why a coach is so important. So whether it's with me or with someone else, it is so important to not only educate yourself, but get real support. And so I want to wrap this up by letting you know about my Cyber Monday specials. Sorry, I just totally whacked my microphone. I'm sure you heard that. These specials are available for the next 3 days, and they're all business specials. That's all it is. The first one, I'm just going to copy and paste this so I don't have to. Hang on. I sent myself, here we go. I sent myself a text with all of them on there. But stepping into the power of possibility, remembering that 100% is possible 100% of the time. Okay, so the first Cyber Monday special I have, if I can get back up here, is, and it is not letting me go, okay. Handmade Business Planning Toolkit. This is only $45, and it includes a year-end reflection workbook, and that's helping you uncover what's working in your business. It includes printable goal-setting templates to turn your big ideas into actionable steps. Like, this is my big idea. Okay, let's work backwards. How can I get this implemented out? Monthly planning sheets. That is supposed to say 2025 to keep you on track all year long for next year with your goals, understanding that your goals may change and allowing for that. And then you'll also get a bonus video training on time management for makers, and that will help you maximize your time and your energy. And I'm including the rest in that time management. Okay. Today's special price for that is $47. So only $47. I just actually pasted in a link into the Facebook group. I will make sure the link for these are in the podcast show notes and the notes in YouTube. So the second offer is a 4-week mini course that you can take at any time, and it's called Vision to Visibility. And this helps you turn your creative passion into a thriving, visible business, because we got to be visible in order for people to buy from us, right? So this is going to guide you through clarifying your brand vision, defining what makes your business stand out, crafting a compelling story that connects with your ideal customers. This is so, so important. Creating a visibility plan to grow your audience and attract more buyers. And then you'll have weekly video lessons with worksheets to help you, because this is a self-guided course. And so there's a Q&A session for everybody that signs up as well. And we'll be having that probably in January. So this actually starts December 9th, but you can take it whenever you want. There's no pressure. It's just a 4-week course to help you get your 2025 really solid, really strong. And that price today is only $197. I would normally charge, I think, probably $297 for this course. So, and then offer number 3 is a one-on-one year-end strategy session. This will help us review your 24, get your 2025 set up for massive success. We'll create a tailored plan just for you. You'll get a follow-up email with resources customized to you, and the special Cyber Monday price for that today is $297. So I put those, hey Heather, I'm alive. I'm alive. So those are the Cyber Monday specials. They are available for 3 days. And even if I'm already coaching you, this isn't included in any of that information, or in any Ignite or the Mastermind. These are separate offers. Anyways, getting your 2025 on track, and you know that I'm going to build in the rest. You know I'm going to build in the rest. So like, we're going to set your 2025 up the way that you want to set it up if you're doing this one-on-one strategy session with me. And we just talked about, like, what are the ways in which you like to create that other people might think are crazy. So maybe it's creating at 2 a.m, or maybe you get up at 4 or something, like building your business to reflect you so that you can rest and you can create more and more and more and more flow. That's what these offers are all about, and they're available for 3 days. So I urge you to jump on those, because your 2025 is 100% possible 100% of the time if you step into yes. So thanks for being here for Motivation Monday, and I will see you right here next week.